Hey everyone, I thought I would jump on and run a workshop and do it as an online version because I have been re-inspired over the last week or so to talk about health and wellness in a more proactive sense. Um, I just recently spent some time on the Gold Coast with some amazing men and women who are turning the conversation about health on its head and talking about it in a really positive sense, not just in respect to not being sick. Wellness should be so much better than that. It shouldn't be about a lack of disease. It should be about really living life to the fullest, being in balance, being energized, being focused, all of those things that we would all love more of. Restful sleep, feeling good when you jump out of bed in the morning, wanting to jump out of bed in the morning. And, you know, it's really inspired me to change the way that I talk about these essential oils. And really that resonates so much better with me anyway, because that is my story. I don't have, like some of my friends, a history of major health challenges and issues that have been helped with changing, lifestyle and incorporating these oils into daily habits and practices. I've always been someone who is relatively healthy anyway, and these essential oils were never about that for me. I was fortunate enough to grow up in a home where, particularly nutrition, was a priority. And I learnt the importance of nutrition and exercise and was encouraged greatly in that respect. And I'll always be grateful to my parents for that. But those things have always been a part of my life. And so for me, the essential oils were never about that. It was about a greater level of wellness and health. And I have a number of habits now that I've incorporated into my life using these essential oils and a couple of other doTERRA products that do that for me. And I just wanted to share that and talk about them in a more positive light, not just as, a way to deal with issues. Because ultimately our bodies are designed to heal themselves. We have mechanisms to deal with illness and injury and all of those sorts of things. And if we provide our body with the right environment and the right support and the right nutrition and positive emotions, then our body is, generally speaking, in a good place to deal with any things that might crop up, injury or whatever it might be. So I wanted to talk about these essential oils in respect to some really simple habits that you guys can incorporate into your life. And I wanted to do that in the form of a challenge. So I have a bit of a 30-day vitality challenge for you, which has also been inspired by a promotion that doTERRA are running this month that I will let you guys know about. But all of these things seem to have led to this point where it seems important to me to talk about wellness in a much more positive way. So what I would love is for you guys to take 2 or 3 of the things that I talk about and commit to 30 days of incorporating them into your life. And I promise you they won't take very long at all. But to do that, if you can take 2 seconds, not 2 seconds, but 2 minutes, to have a think about some of the things that you want less of in your life. And once you've got that out of your system, have a think about some of the things that you would like more of. And if you feel comfortable to share one or both of those lists in the comments, I would love that because it can be inspiring to other people. But as an example for me, one of the things that I wanted less of And one of the main reasons that I got started with these essential oils was I wanted less chemicals in my life, in my personal care, in the way that I clean my home. I just wanted to reduce the toxins that I was exposing my body to. And this was in particularly important to me when I was pregnant. And that was pretty much around the same time that I sort of got involved with doTERRA. And this was really fascinating to me. I guess I sort of innately knew that less chemicals would be a beneficial thing. But it wasn't until I got involved with doTERRA that I started to learn more about that. And it's pretty well documented now if you want to go and explore that a bit further. But for me, that was really important. And we actually, my partner over the weekend went to a chiro who gave us some a YouTube link to watch, which we did last night. And it was so fascinating to me to hear a chiro who, for me, a chiro is all about bones and readjusting you. And it was talking about the impact of chemical stress and emotional stress on your structural health. And that was absolutely fascinating to me. So I think that sometimes we don't even realize the full impact and the positive impact that we can have on our bodies and health by reducing exposure to chemicals. So that was definitely one thing for me. The other thing for me, coming out of a bad breakup, and then when I got pregnant, one thing that I wanted less of and what was really important was stress. And I think we can all resonate with that. Who doesn't want less stress in their life, right? And then the sort of things that I wanted more of were clarity and focus, energy, just like the resilience and strength and energy to enjoy life more. And now that's increasingly important because my baby is now a 15-month-old baby and he is into everything, and I need energy to keep up with him and be a good mum and all of those sorts of things. So that is definitely one thing that I would like more of, and more restful sleep. Everybody who doesn't want more sleep in their life, or at least better sleep. So once you've got your lists of things that you want less of and then more of, keep that in mind as we go through these little habits, and you can sort of write down some that really resonate with you and that you think will be important for you. And again, if you would like to share those at the end, I would love that. Or if you'd like to have a further conversation about that, then let's do that too. So I guess these essential oils can really help in respect to supporting things that we all know are healthy habits anyway. So things like exercise and nutrition can be supported by these essential oils. Things like sleep can be supported by these essential oils. Good digestion can be supported by these essential oils. All of those things that help with our health, you can enhance with using these essential oils. Positive mood, which, there's plenty of science out there now that attests to the fact that, positive emotions and positive mood can really enhance your physical well-being. Ultimately, emotions are really just chemical reactions to experiences that cause a catalyst or chain reaction of physiological behaviors. So naturally, you assume that a positive mentality and outlook on life is going to improve your physical health and well-being. Essential oils can really help with that too. So I guess maybe I'll just take you through my day. and we'll talk about the things that I like to do, and then you can just jot down anything that you would like to commit to for the next 30 days. So one of the first things that I do in the morning is get my water and put a drop of lemon in my water. That's it. Simple, easy. Everybody knows the benefits of a slice of lemon in your water. Similar thing. It's a really uplifting, fresh way to start the day too. If you think about any of the citrus oils, they're just so uplifting and energizing. I love to also diffuse wild orange in my diffuser in the morning. Again, it's an energizing, uplifting citrus oil that is great for starting the day. You know, I love to think about the essential oils as in respect to their environments where they're thriving the best, and that is where doTERRA get their essential oils from. So, you know, sunny citruses are usually found in really sunny environments, climates, and that is the way it makes me feel. So I love to have a drop of lemon in my water. You do need to make sure that it's not getting put in plastic, because essential oils can help to break down synthetics and get rid of things that are not supposed to be there. So if you put a drop of this in a plastic cup, for example, it can actually, if it isn't a really high-grade plastic, start to break that down. So lemon in your water is a really great one, and literally that's what, 30 seconds? Great way to start the day. The next thing that I like to do is to take my supplements. And I have to tell you, I was never really much of a believer in supplements until I came across these guys that doTERRA have. And now I really notice it if I don't have them. Particularly living where we live, remotely, where our fruit and veg comes in on barge, you know, by the time we get to it on the Woolies shelves, it's, I don't know, a week old. And, you know, even in places in the country where you have access to organic food, fruit and veg, we're not getting the same nutrients from our food these days that we used to. And for a number of reasons. But these are supplements that I love to take. This one is, it's a complex that helps your body to create energy naturally. So it's got a number of natural botanical and nutrients that are involved in the production of energy in a natural way. So it also has, it's also really high in antioxidants that can help to combat the, you know, free radicals that cause aging and all these other things. It can help you have a really healthy immune system. Immune function, it promotes healthy heart function, cellular energy we've already talked about. But even if you just look at the ingredients, I mean, these are all things, these are like superfoods that we all know about already. So things like curcumin, what else is in here? Milk thistle, which I believe is really good for your liver, ginger, rapeseed, all of these sorts of things. So that's a good one that helps to keep me really energetic and uplifted. Then this one is your food nutrient complex. So this is making sure that we aren't deficient in anything on a daily basis. So, you know, it's a really good balance of the vitamins and minerals that we need to thrive. So again, this is really about healthy bodily systems, immune support, etc. And then this one is the omegas, which we all know that you need healthy omegas, fatty acids, etc. to thrive. This is about brain function, immune support, your nervous system, cardiovascular health. And by the way, you do actually have to eat or consume fatty acids because it's one thing that our bodies don't make, so we need to get it from our food. And if we're not getting enough, something like this can be really helpful. That's the second thing I like to do. And these, by the way, have a 30-day money-back guarantee. So I would really love if you would make this one of your habits. You have nothing to lose. For me, these have really helped me sleep better, have clearer skin, and just increased my energy. I have friends that have had other amazing benefits from them, but those are the things that I can definitely attest to. And like I said, I really notice it when I don't take them. I actually took these as my supplements throughout pregnancy because they're natural. The food nutrient complex is whole food, so your body knows what to do with it. It knows how to absorb it. It knows how to deal with it because it's food. So no yellow pee. You don't feel like you're just peeing your money down the toilet. So I would love if that would be one of the things that you would try because, like I say, you have nothing to lose. And on top of that, if you are watching this in July or August 2018, and you get started with one of our essential oil starter kits, and then activate your loyalty rewards membership next month through an order, which I will help you with. These come to you absolutely free. So this is a really good month to commit to basically the cost of a coffee a day, and maybe 5 minutes of your time to let's revamp wellness and health for you. So that's the other thing that I like to do. Then the next thing that I do is put some frankincense under my moisturizer. So I just take a drop in my hand. That one's running out. This is one of my favorite essential oils ever. I just love it. When I smell it, it just makes me feel, I don't know, just warm and comforted and calm. It's so good for relaxation. It's one that I like to put in my diffuser at night to help with sleep. It's one that can promote feelings of resilience. And the way that I use it, besides inhaling it, is to put some in my hands, put my moisturizer, and use it on my skin because frankincense is good for improving the appearance of skin imperfections. So a lovely way to start the day, set yourself up with really good, in a really good place emotionally. And it's also an oil that is really good for helping to enhance the effects and properties of other essential oils. So it's one that I really like to use layered under other essential oils or in my blends. So that is one other really quick, simple tip that can be incorporated so easily into something that you already do. The point of these essential oils shouldn't be to make life difficult. When you get your oils, I highly recommend putting them around the house in places where you're going to use them. And just make it easy for yourself. And then the next thing that I like to do to make sure that I'm starting the day in a really good place is, and this is also helps me reduce the chemicals that I'm using in my personal care, is to use an oil called Balance, which is a blend of essential oils from trees and roots. So really grounding and calming. And I just love the smell of this one. So I literally just use this one as my perfume. This one has a little bit of fractionated coconut oil in it already. So I don't tend to dilute this one further. But when we're talking about using essential oils topically, I would recommend using some fractionated coconut oil. This is a safety thing as much as anything because we need to treat these essential oils with some respect. They're very potent because of the way that doTERRA source them from environments where these plants thrive indigenously, which is in about 40 different countries we get these oils from. And the beautiful thing is you're also helping other families, because the way that these are sourced are in partnership with local communities and artisans around the world. 2/3 of those countries are third world countries. So doTERRA really have an amazing view on sustainability and ethics, and you know, they are looking to make a really positive impact through economic development, working with suppliers, building their capacity, and through their foundation, also providing things like schools and medical centres to places and communities that don't have those sorts of facilities. So it is, whilst it is a model that provides us with a really high quality essential oil, it's also having a great impact around the world, which I love, and that is the reason I've chosen to partner with doTERRA. But when we're talking about dilution, it's similar to nutrition. Most people will know that you need good fat to be able to absorb nutrients from your food. It's a similar thing with essential oils. You need a fatty-based oil, vegetable oil, so something like fractionated coconut oil, which I love because it's light and it absorbs really easily. Or you could use jojoba or almond oil or something like that. And because essential oils are so volatile, they're such tiny, tiny molecules, they evaporate really quickly. So when we're talking about topical application, if you put them on your skin, they can evaporate really quickly and you don't have the most effective absorption, and therefore the most effective impact on bodily systems. So when we use a fatty-based vegetable oil like this, it kind of grabs the essential oil molecules and carries them into the skin, where they can then have their positive impact on our bodies and mind and all other things. Well, I use the Balance as my perfume, and it's a really easy one because, like I say, there's a little bit of fractionated coconut oil in this blend already. And so I just pop it straight on, anywhere you would put your perfume normally. And then I carry it in my bag to reapply throughout the day. Then what I like to do at some point during the day is use my peppermint. So peppermint, and this is a good example of the potency of essential oils and the respect that we need to have for them, because 1 drop of peppermint oil is equivalent to 28 cups of peppermint tea. So one thing that I like to do, and this is a habit that you can do with or without essential oils, but it's definitely enhanced with essential oils because of the connection to the limbic brain, which is the seat of all your emotion and memory and learning, is to create some positive affirmations for the day. And I try to do this at the beginning of the day. It doesn't always happen, but I do like to do it at some point during the day. And I love to do this with my peppermint. Mid-afternoon when you're feeling a bit flat is a great time to do that. It just is a pick-me-up. And if you're with anyone right now watching this who has peppermint oil, or if you have peppermint oil, take it out, put a drop in your hands, just inhale it. Oh, it's amazing. You can just feel what it's doing to you physically. But it's just so uplifting and energizing, and it's just, I find it's really good for that sort of afternoon fog. We also use it as a family when we're doing long drives, particularly here where you're out of phone range and you're on dirt roads. So, you know, a driver focus is really important. So I like to have it in our camping kit, car kit, when someone's getting a bit sleepy at the wheel, you know, either pull over and get the peppermint out. It's a really, really great use for it. But you can really sort of feel then it makes you feel cheery and uplifted and energized, and it just brings that clarity back to the day. What I like to do with it is to create some affirmations. And these may correspond to the 3 things that you've already written that you would like to invite more of into your life. But depending on what's going on for you that day, write 3 things down. And if you can write them down, I find that it's more effective. But if you at least say them to yourself whilst you're inhaling your peppermint, and say them in the present tense. So, I am confident, I am focused, I am creative, I am magnetic, I am inspirational, whatever it is that you want to invite more of into your life at that point in time, in that moment. Say it in the positive, affirmative, present tense, and inhale your peppermint, or even, one of the citrus oils again, and just feel how good that makes you feel. So that's another thing I like to do during the day. And again, it takes 2 seconds. No one needs to even know that you're doing it. Then, because I spend a lot of time working from home, I like to diffuse a lot around the home. Apart from anything, I just love the smell of these essential oils. But it's also really cleansing and promotes really healthy air around the home, which everybody knows the importance of clean air, healthy air, breathing deeply and effectively. You only have to look up the benefits of yoga, which is all about breathing, to know that that's important. So I like to use the Easy Air blend, which has peppermint in it. It's also got tea tree in it. It's also got lemon, eucalyptus, ravensara. And this is one of the ones, as well as peppermint, that I will use to support my exercise because of the way that it makes my breathing feel. I feel like I'm breathing more effectively. And so I will either diffuse this when I'm doing my yoga, or if I'm going out to do exercise at a class or whatever. I will get some fractionated coconut oil, put a couple of drops in the palm of my hand, and just rub it on my chest or my neck before I exercise. And inhale it too. The Easy Air, you'll know what to do with it when you open the bottle and smell it. It smells like Vicks. So you'll know exactly what to do with it. Intuitively, you'll know. But the other option that I have for diffusing around the home is On Guard. And this one smells like Christmas to me. Christmas in a bottle. It's got wild orange, cinnamon, clove, all those lovely things in it. And this does remind me of Christmas, and your sense of smell, because it is connected to your memory really closely, it can be really useful for creating memories, or bringing back memories. And so my stepdaughter, for example, she used essential oils while she was studying for her Year 12 exams. And we just diffused them, and we also had a rollerball for her to take into exams. But this one reminds me of Christmas, and I love it. It just makes me feel all warm and, I don't know, resilient and comforted. So that's another one that I like to diffuse around the home. And this one, by the way, is the one that is the basis for all of doTERRA's cleaning products, which I also love to use. You can either use the essential oils to DIY cleaning products, which is incredibly easy. I wouldn't promote it if it wasn't, because I'm a terrible, lazy DIYer. But it's something as simple as some drops of this with some lemon in some water and white vinegar, and hey presto, you have a surface wipe. But the other thing that I love is this. Now this is like doTERRA's cleaner concentrate. You can use this for cleaning floors, cleaning surfaces, washing your dishes in the dishwasher. It's amazing. And it's like $18 for this bottle. And to make a multi-purpose surface wipe, get a glass bottle, this is 500 mils, so you need about 15 mils of this, and top it up with water. And it's so, so effective. And I know then I'm really comforted by the fact that when my baby is touching surfaces and floors and things that have just been cleaned or whatever, not only are they clean, but they're also not covered in chemicals. So this is 355 mils. It's $18, and I only use 15 mils to make up this, which lasts a long time. So there's like, my maths is terrible, but 20 of these in $18 of this. So not only is it achieving one of my goals of reducing the chemicals in my home, but it's also saving me money. Who doesn't want more of that? So that is the way that I use my Easy Air and my On Guard. And I use the doTERRA cleansing thing. And then the other one that I like to use, again, to support exercise, and just, you know, to feel good flexibility and mobility, and just, you know, like, is the Ice Blue blend. I don't know where I put it, but anyway, again, it's one of those ones you'll take the lid off and you'll know how to use it because you'll recognize the smell. It smells like deep heat. And so I like to use it both before and after exercise on my muscles. And I've got to tell you, I used a lot of this one the other day after going fishing and out on the boat with Jack, because between hanging on to a 15-month-old baby who was wriggling in fairly bumpy waters, and then fishing and pulling in some big fish, I was pretty sore the next day. So I like to use my Ice Blue to support that, but also layering it with the frankincense, just to enhance the impact of that. So those are some of the things that I do to improve my wellness and my health, and, you know, the health of my family and the health of the air in my home. And, you know, then we get to the evening, and, you know, we usually have our main meal in the evening, which is probably not the healthiest way to do it, but it's just the way that life happens for us. And so the other thing that I like to do is to give myself a soothing massage, abdominal massage, with the Digest Zen blend that doTERRA have created. And I mean, really, Digest Zen is the name of the blend, and it kind of says it all. But it's got things like ginger and peppermint, and we all know what those are good for: fennel, tarragon, anise. And so I like to put it on my stomach after a big meal, because, you know, digestion is really important. It's probably, I mean, it's getting more and more documented how important gut health and all of those things are. And, you know, the supplements that I talked about before are also really helpful for that, because they have digestive enzymes and can help encourage really healthy digestion, which is important to getting as many nutrients out of our food as possible, as well as for comfort. So that is a really, you know, good digestion is a really, really important thing to focus on. And, you know, if you can enhance it with a couple of little daily habits, it is one area that I think will really, really help optimize your physical but also your emotional well-being. And then at night time, you know, we've all come home, big days or whatever. I find my brain is like firing in all crazy directions, and sometimes it's hard to sleep. And even when it's not hard to sleep, it's good to wake up in the morning feeling like you've had a really restful sleep and wanting to jump out of bed, and feeling ready to jump out of bed. And so one of the things that I like to do is to diffuse oils overnight. And I think I mentioned before that I use it as a bit of a sleep cue because of your sense of smell's connection to memory and the limbic brain. I use essential oils as a sleep cue for baby, and that's helped me in being able to, I think, have him in on sleeping on the boat, camping with us, sleeping in strange rooms and beds. You know, he's done a lot of travel in his 15 months, and we have, for the most part, had really good success with his sleeping. So I don't know whether he's just a good sleeper or whether it's essential oils, but I do like to use the same blend for him every night as a bit of a sleep cue. And I use that same blend for myself and for my partner in our diffuser in our bedroom. And, you know, it's just, it does really give us a much better sleep. I feel like it gives us a better sleep than just a good sleep. So it's something that we do every night, is put the diffuser on. And some oils that you might consider for nighttime and sleep are things like lavender. Everybody's heard of lavender for calming and relaxing. Frankincense is another really good one. And vetiver, cedarwood. There's lots of different oils that are great to put in a diffuser at nighttime. And that is one area that I don't like to sacrifice. Everyone who's ever known me, my mum, my dad, anyone who's ever been in a relationship with me knows that I am someone who needs my sleep. And if I don't get it, whereas my brother seems to be able to survive on no sleep at all. So those are some really easy habits. And like I say, you know, none of those, I think, take a long time. So I would really like to invite you to pick a couple of those things, combine it with the supplements. Like I say, these are free. I can help you get these for free. If you're just getting started with a essential oil collection. And if you've already got your essential oil collection and your doTERRA membership, then you have nothing to lose by trying these. So take the supplements and a couple of the other things that I've talked about and commit to them for 30 days. And if you would like me to hold you accountable to that, message me and let me know which ones you're going to incorporate, and I will, you know, do my best to get in touch with you every week and see how you're going with things and see how you're feeling. There are different ways to get these essential oils into your life, and most people will get a membership. The reason for that is simple. You will get 25% off. It's the same price that I get my essential oils for. And you can do that in a couple of ways. You can either tailor make a order and pay $35 for your membership, or most people will get one of these kits. You can see that. I will post the link to that document in the comments of this video. But these represent even greater savings than the wholesale prices, and you don't have to pay $35. So one of the most popular ones is this Home Essentials kit, which has most of the oils that I've talked about in it. The other really popular one is this Nature Solution kit, which pretty much has everything you need to get started in overhauling your wellness in a really positive way. So, you know, you've got the Ice Blue, the On Guard, the Easy Air, the Digestin, the Lemon, the Lavender Peace, which is the one I like to use for sleep, Peppermint, you've got the diffuser, you've got the fractionated coconut oil, so you have everything right there that you need to get started with overhauling your life, basically, and your wellness, and optimizing it, which is a word that I love. But if you've got any questions, feel free to put them in the comments. I hope that was helpful, even for those of you who already have the oils in your life. And let's do this together. Let's commit to some habits. And, you know, for me, I would love it to be a couple of oily ones, take the supplements, and do the affirmations. That would be my optimum for you, but it's up to you. And if you wanted to work through that with me, I'm really happy to have that conversation as well. But yeah, have a good week, guys. See you later.